Good morning, class. This is our first meeting for the Airport and Airways Engineering, AMT 314. So, I guess all of you know already what is airport. So, every time a pilot operates an aircraft, the flight normally begins and ends at an airport. So, anak magsugod sa airport, anak po siya mahuman. An airport refers to any area or land or water used or intended for landing or takeoff of an aircraft. So, an airport have categories. So, before that, we have also airport personnel who is assigned on different office or departments. So, like us, as an aircraft mechanic, our workplace is usually on the ramp area. And then, lahi po nang nasa mga check-in counter, luggage counter. So, we have different designation. So, ato na siyang makita sa ato ang ID if ever we are an airport personnel. You cannot access to other department if you are not assigned on that department. So, if check-in counter lang ka, so there are certain access lang imuhang pwedeng masudlan. So, most probably, you are not allowed on the ramp area. Okay? And then, airport also have color and type of signal. So, here in our city, diri sa Tagbilaran, we have traffic lights, diba? Color green, red, and amber. So, in airport, we have also color and types of signal. So, for the steady green, that is cleared to take off for the aircraft on ground, and cleared to land for the aircraft in flight. While the movement of vehicle and equipment and personnel that is cleared to cross or cleared to proceed. Kay na may uban nga kanang sakyanan sa mga mekaniko, mga fire truck, or unsa nga equipment nga naa diha sa rampa. So, dili lang kay eroplano lang nasa ramp. So, naay mga service vehicle or equipment. Then, we have also flashing green. So, for the movement of the vehicles and equipment, that is not applicable. Flashing green is only for aircraft on the ground which is cleared to land, and for the aircraft in flight that is returned for landing. And then for the steady red, the same sa ato ang traffic light diri sa ato aning syudad nato is color red represent for stop. So the same sa airport. And then we have flashing red in airport, meaning for the movement of vehicles that is clear to taxiway or runway, while the aircraft on the ground that is taxi clear of the runway in use, and aircraft in flight is airport unsafe or do not land. And last is the flashing white, that is to return to starting point on airport for the movement of vehicles. Then for the aircraft on ground, that is return to starting point on airport. And that is not applicable for the aircraft in flight. Okay. So next is the airport categories. So we have 5 airport categories. So we have listed here that the special types of facilities including seaplanes, amphibians, heliports. An airport includes use intended for airport buildings and facilities. So that is part of the airport categories. Airport categories number 1, which is the commercial service airports, that is publicly owned airport that have at least 2,500 passenger boardings each calendar year and receive scheduled passenger service. Then for the cargo service, that is already additional to any other air transportation service that serves for cargo purpose. And then for the reliever airports, that is designated by the FAA to relieve congestion on the commercial service airports. And for the general aviation airports, mostly for the smaller aircraft, or gitawag ni siya og commonly described as GenAv or General Aviation Airports. We have 2 different types of airports, that towered and non-towered. Okay, kung mingon tag towered airport, has operating control tower, and then the pilots operating from a towered airport are required to maintain two-way radio communication with ATC to acknowledge and comply with their instruction. So kung kani-ganing towered airport, usually mura ni siya og kanang naadyoy control tower, and then the control tower is responsible for safety, order, and operation of the traffic requirements of service. So ang air traffic controller mag-control sa mga eroplano, kinsay muuna og landing, kinsay muuna og take off, ingon ana. While sa non-towered airport, does not have an operating control tower. Two-way radio communication are not required, although it is a good practice for pilots to transmit their intentions on the specified frequency for the benefit of other traffic in the area. So kaning non-towered, ang iyahang key to communicating an airport without a control tower, naa ni siya correct common frequency. So gitawag ni siya og CTAF, Control Common Traffic Advisory Frequency. Mo na ang iyahang synonymous with this program. ang iyang acronym CTAF, which stands for Common Traffic Advisory Frequency. Then there are some CTAF which is naa siya'y Unicom or Multicom. Unicom is Universal Integrated Community Unicom, or there is also a flight service station or tower frequency and identified in appropriate aeronautical publication. Kaning mga ingon ani, this is a non-government air or ground radio communication station. So mingon gani tag towered airport, kasagaran ani niya is public ba na ay mga air traffic controller. So kung mingon tag non-towered airport nga nagamit siya og Unicom or Multicom or flight service station, mura ra siya og radio nga naay nagbantay nga non-government air ground radio communication. So naa gihapon siya intended or designated nga frequency. Okay? Then the airport also can be subdivided. So naatay gitawag og civil airport. Civil airports, kanang civil airports that are open to the general public, no? So pareha example mga Panglao International Airport, Mactan International Airport, ana. Then ang ikaduha, ang private airports, so designated for private or restricted use only. Dili na siya open for public. So kasagaran ay mga private airports kanang mga dato, mga celebrity, ingon ana sila kaugalingon niya. Ang ikatulo, ang military or federal government airports operated by the military. So kanang uban mga NASA or other agencies of the federal government. So that is, airports are subdivided into three: civil, military, and private airports. Okay, next is the source for airport data. So kaning source for airport data, mo ni siya mga imuhang provide information regarding sa unsay sitwasyon sa imuhang airport. So nganong importante man ni siya? Importante ni siya sa pilot nga molupad nga sa lain nga airport. In order to review the current data for that airport, the one who will provides the pilot for the information about, like for example, sa mga communication frequency, unsay mga service available. So example sad kanang may nag-close nga runway kay naabay na crash or naabay repair or mga airport constructions, ingon ana. So mao ni siya mga sources of information. So this is important for the pilots who will fly in different airport. So number one source of information niya is aeronautical chart. Provide specific information on airports. Usually ni siya sa navigation kaning aeronautical charts. That is chapter 16. So na-take up na nato last siguro sa second year sa communication and navigation. Second is the chart supplement US or formerly Airport Facility Directory. So kani siya mo ni siya ay nag-provide for the most comprehensive information on the given airport. It contains airport, heliport, and seaplane bases that are open to the public. So the chart supplement US is published in 7 books which are organized by regions and revised every 56 days. Mao ni dito sa US. And then ang additional niya nga mga information, special notice sa mga Federal Aviation Administration, National Weather System Service, telephone numbers, or mga ingonana, etc. Mga information about sa airport. And then third, mo ni ang pinaka-common, mo ni ang notice to airmen or NOTAMs. So gitawag ni siya og time critical aeronautical information. Ano man, because this is a temporary nature or not sufficiently known in advance to permit publication. So kung nag-publish na siya og NOTAM, siguro na ay mga information that could affect sa decision during sa flight. So like for example, nga ang imong taxiway or runway nag-closure, na ay nag-construction, ang imuhang communication na nausob sa imuhang navigational aids or other information nga essential in planning the route or terminal or landing operation. So prior to your flight, if you are a pilot, you have to check for any NOTAMs on that particular or on your particular flight or intended for your flight. Then last is the automated terminal information service or gitawag siya og ATIS. So ang ATIS is recording of the local weather conditions and other pertinent non-control information broadcast on local frequency on low format. No? So about ni siya og weather conditions. So kaning ATIS updated once per hour, but it is updated more often when changing local condition. So like for example, when the ATIS is recorded, naani siya code. Example no, ATIS update, ATIS alpha. So on the next hour, mahimo siyang ATIS bravo. Yan, sunod na pud oras mahimong ATIS Charlie. So there is an update sa kada oras. So mahibaw-an nimo kung unsa na ang iyahang update. So mo ni ang mga source of information sa airport data. Okay? So that's is for the first video. Ang atong topic is about aircraft operations. And then by the way na ako'y nalimtan. So aside from the aircraft personnel, mga airport personnel sa ID designation niya, ako'y nalimtan ang iyahang sa mechanic. Importante nga before mo landing ang eroplano or before na ay eroplano mo abot, kinahanglan na to EFOD. So foreign object debris, we must clear those things nga naa sa ramp kay it could injure the aircraft or bisan sa aircraft personnel or airport personnel. So like for example, nag-ayo ka, nabilin nimo ang imong yawi, nya karon naay eroplano nga mo gapadong ana mo dapita mo parking kintahay unya masuyop siya sa iyahang turbine engine, maguba ang imuhang makina or basin maigo sa propeller inigtuyok, ikaw maigo mo lagpot ang imong katong mga tools or unsay butang nimo nga nabilin diha. So mo nang kinahanglan nga atong i-clear ang area. So we have to clear the foreign object debris because it can injure the airport personnel or the aircraft. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask in our class hour, and then I will be giving another set of video for the airport marking and sign. So pasensya sa lang taanig, ato lang gisuwayan kay unsay maayo na to, labi na katong minus kayo og signal, mas maayo na lang ning video para siguro makadungog or masabtan nila kaysa mag classroom Google ta nga naiubanhi na og signal. So ato sa lang ning kisuwayan kung okay ba or unsa may maayo. Okay, ani sa lang data man. Thank you.